My name is Annie Cramer. At 5 seconds, I will give myself 15 seconds to read the quotation. With the movie Oppenheimer coming out during the summer, at the same time as Barbie, no less, competition. On a more tense note, we can understand that this gives us an insight into Oppenheimer's brain on how it worked. In fact, in one of the trailers, it showed how someone told him the chances of him scorching the earth were less than 1%, but it should have been 0%. He still went on with it anyways. And a terrifying reality on the creation of the atomic bomb, it brings us to our point nowadays with us trying to steer away from nuclear war. Although he made this in terms of hoping to help out with the wars going on, nowadays it's seen as a dreadful topic. This is seen as something evil. We can examine the quotation, "Cursed is the man who dies, but the evil done by him survived," by Abu Bakr, advisor to the Prophet Muhammad. How this is accurate. There is so much evil going on in this world that has been left over by generations for us to pick up the pieces that we still cannot handle. And then all of a sudden, it's this generation's problem and it's their fault. However, through all this evil that has come and grown, we can examine that there has been much evil and negative impacts from those that have left before us. However, we can change it to positive impacts and implications on how we work. Moving on to our first point, we can examine that we have so many negative experiences from those who came before us or for those who were still on this planet with us. It is correct that the curse of man is dies, but the evil done by him survives. And there is so much evil that has survived. We can examine through the negative implications of the Rust shooting as well as the corrupt Hollywood. The Rust shooting was something that took the world by a chokehold in 2022, with Alec Baldwin accidentally shooting and killing the director of the film, who was his friend. Although it was him who shot the gun, the props department were the people who went off clearly saying it was fine, and there were actually problems done by this prop department beforehand that were left neglected. Even though Alec Baldwin does not have a great history involving abuse, this is something that genuinely he shouldn't be held that much accounted for. He did not mean to shoot the gun, however, it was the props department that was at fault here, and he is suffering from this. And again, no way means necessary defending Alec Baldwin. I am his probably number one hater, so whenever I am saying that it is not his fault at this point, it's bad. So at this point, we can examine that. It is a negative aspect, the fact that he is getting provoked for this instead of these people. Piggybacking off of the film, we can go through the film industry as a whole in Hollywood. They are attempting to pick up the pieces. However, it is undeniable that throughout the 1900s and to the 2000s, the Golden Globes, the Academy, has been severely neglected. In fact, when the cast members of Gone with the Wind, the African American in the film got a nomination, but was segregated in the back. Because that's whenever it was before desegregation times, and they did not want her to sit with everyone else. Going on to nowadays, we can confirm that there is still corruption on a forefront in Hollywood that is being worked out of its kinks, but still prominently present. So through Hollywood as well as the arrest shooting, we can confirm that there are negative aspects of people leaving things undone and leaving things unfinished for others to pick up the pieces. However, even though there are negative aspects on evil left, there are positive aspects on how we can pick up said pieces. This generation is doing whatever we can necessary to recover this world and do what we can. We can examine this through the awareness of climate change as well as COVID-19 celebrations virtually. Climate change is something that people still neglect to think is real, which is a whole different problem. However, there are still infrastructures being put into place to try to ensure the safety of people. One prominent example is through blue-green infrastructure, which is making its way around, trying to help provide coasts the protection it needs from erosion. Through the fact that this generation is doing whatever we can to help provide help to this dying planet is something positive to an evil left undone. And finally, COVID-19 is something that everyone dreads hearing the name of after having basically PTSD flashbacks of the time being. And full of so much negative, there were positive experiences from others around them. There were people who were celebrating birthdays in their cars, riding around, virtually saying hello to one another, all the way to having Zoom meetings from television programs to help those who are struggling for food, water, ultimately just prosperity during this time being. People were doing what they could to help out one another because everyone was struggling during this time. And while we're still seeing these setbacks from COVID-19, it is easy to say that we have been helping each other now more than ever. So through COVID-19, as well as the awareness of climate change, we can examine that even though there were negative, evil aspects put onto us, we are still picking up the pieces and finishing it in a positive way. So through the positive awareness that we are attempting to fix all the way through the negative connotations that have brought us to this position, we can confirm that cursed is the man who dies, but the evil done by him survives, but Abu Bakr is accurate. In fact, Oppenheimer thought what he was doing was correct, but it's evil. But now we are finishing picking up these pieces of healing a planet.